Good morning, everybody. It's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. Thank you so much for joining me. It is lovely to have you here. So it is Sunday, so it's Scrappy Sunday, and I have been sat going through this box of scraps like this. I must have been through it 7 or 8 times, just thinking, what can I do to move some of these scraps on? Now, I realise to you guys, this might not seem like a lot of scraps, and to others of you, it will seem like loads. They're kind of separated into bigger-ish pieces. They're like thicker card pieces, and these are my smaller scrappy bits. I've also got a box of plain scrappy pieces like that, but I use that for backing and whatever, so that one doesn't bother me so much. I mean, that one could go in it, I suppose, but I really want to move a lot of it on, and it doesn't seem whatever tasks I do, it doesn't seem to use much. For example, as you know, I sit and have a play first thing in the morning when I get a chance to warm myself up crafting a little bit, and this morning I've made these, which are inspired by Bonnie and Clive's. That's a channel on YouTube. She's got, I've told you before, she's got a box full of scraps and she's using it up. She's got lots of really, like this, really teeny tiny scraps, which I generally don't save, but I did tear some of the little bit bigger ones into bits. She didn't make these per se. She made this on, I've done one here. Come here. Well, she used pattern paper. I've done it on some like baking paper, but the layer's so thick. I want to sew it, but the layer's so thick it'll just glue up my machine. So, but she did that. She ruffled it up and sewed through it. So, you know, look, I've got rid of all those scrappy bits and the ones on here which I did ruffle up. And then I thought, well, they'd be quite nice just layered and not, you know, not ruffled, because ruffling's quite hard. You can see my machine not keen there. You know, to stick on as page edges now. Yeah, these ones I've stuck on, so I've stuck that one on and that one on, and these ones I've stitched on. So rather than, you know, stitching them like that, I made them and then stitched them straight onto the pages. You know, so I got rid of a few scraps there, but I don't want to get rid of a few. I want to get rid of tons. Because you just get fed up, don't you, of going in and seeing the same old. And I am getting quite a few. I know the coffee dyed book pages I brought up from the greenhouse, and I am getting quite a few of these purple you know, misprints. But, you know, they've got to be used up. So if there's something and I don't know where to put it, and it's just an odd piece or a couple of odd pieces, the scrap bin is where I put it. And that's how I've ended up like this. And I was thinking, now what can I do to pull from both of those? I mean, I can cope with this little one, but, you know, to pull a lot from both of these. And I was thinking, you know, a journal, notebooks, yes, they would all take a few, but not a lot. And I've decided what I'm going to do is experimental for me. I'm going to build a journal, but just punched, tied with string. I've done it before, so that bit's not experimental. You know, really scrappy journal. In fact, I've done 2 and they were gorgeous. I sold them both actually. But I'm going to do a really big scrappy journal. So it's going to be at least 2 videos, because a lot of it will be, you know, the adding to once it's built kind of thing. So it'll be a matter of going through this. I'm just going to get my hole punch out. This crocodile, going through this and pulling the bigger pieces. I don't want them the same shape or size necessarily, but bigger, you know, something like that's not an awful lot of use as a page in a journal. But these are the bits that I'll go back in and then stick on, you know, in various places. So probably this Sunday and next Sunday, I'll be working on this, and, you know, I'm going to make a big, probably keep it. My intention is to keep it, but we'll see if anybody's desperate to own it. It might be that it's it's way too big to post, or it might be that it's just not anybody's cup of tea, but I know I'll love it because it'll be full of my scraps. So let's chat in, because I only want this to be a 40-minute video. As you know, I'm really struggling to, I'm just going to, let's just, yes. I'm really struggling to, go on, I'll love you out, get book loaded. I'm keeping these. These are offcuts that are they're folded over from card. What are they for? The hinges. Okay, so I'm not considering them a scrap. It's a good place to keep them. Right, where? I want that a bit nearer so I can put things in up there. That I'm not ready for yet. So like these bits, you know, will either be made into tabs or, look at that, how did that fall in there? I'm going to start collecting those in this little thing. Oh, I'm warm. I've got my fire on. I probably didn't need it. So yeah, let's get rid of the little bits and see what big bits we're left with. I mean, I've got loads of navy blue card there. Obviously, I didn't know what to do with it. I'm not going to call that a scrap because it's not, is it? Or the green. Okay, so I've just put card in there that I didn't know what to do with. And they're tabs. Put those in the finish box. Right. So I need to decide what size is this piece of ephemera. What size is big enough for a page? You know, oh, it's got cut out of it, so I'll say not that. That one definitely is. Will I have anything small? Because it's going to be so big, I want fairly biggish, I think, pages, don't I? So, yeah, I'm saying no to too much probably at the moment, but let's see. I've got all these pages in here, haven't I? So, all Tim Holtz. So, yeah, I'll go with that one. Say that one's big enough, and that one. No, they can be put together to make pages, I think. No. All these rejections. Ooh. I know there's 3 of those, but I'll put them in for now. Front and a back of something there. Oh, that's all the same Tim Holtz. It's just didn't have a home, that was all. That really needs to be in that bit. That's for the bin. I'll say yes to those for now. That is, oh, big piece. No. Oh, yes. Yes. Something that's been started. Yes. Another something that's been started. Card. Oh, white card. That's controversial. Okay. Literally just getting things the right size for now, and then ooh, that's nearly chipboard. Let's just put that on there for now. No. I think these are big enough. Yes. Ooh. Right, I think craft card really ought to have a space of its own, but we'll not do that now. Another one of those navy blue ones. It's a maroon one that's on its own, so we'll call that. Okay, let's have that piece of chipboard if we're making a really biggie. Let's go through this then. Make another pile. Can you see it there? Because there are bigger pieces in here. I'll put papers as well. Some of these book pages are okay. Now that's, what did I say that paper was for? Because it's real flimsy. It's for decoupage. No. What's the word that's like decoupage that I'm always saying? Yeah, I'll leave that in there for now. Ooh. No. Yes. Collage, that's it. It ends in arge, I guess. Right, I wonder if I ought to stop because I'm guessing I can add these because there's loads and loads of papers, look. Oh, I can add all these at a later. That's not paper, it's an empty book. have a general dig, I think. Ooh. I know the things that could be used for ephemera. How thick are you? You're quite thick. But I need more ephemera, like I need a hole in the head, to be honest with you. I just make it and store it. Right, stop. I need to stop because let's get the remnants. Remnants? The beginnings? What's the opposite to remnants? Let's get the starting of a journal made. So there was a really, really thick, yeah, it's at the back there. So that would make a nice, good, sturdy back piece, wouldn't it? And I'm thinking I probably need, let's use one of these. What have I done with them? One of these, I've got lots of them. Kind of a template for punching the holes, don't I? So let's, well, I could use some of these to put on the papers to make them, oh, now that's a good idea. So how far apart do we want it? Do we want 2 or 3? I might go for 3 because, you see how excited I sounded then? Not too far in, because if it's going to be big, you'll probably need 3 to keep it together. Okay. So yeah, just done that by eye, and they're definitely not the same distance apart, but I don't mind that. Okay, so I'm going to call this my template for cutting through. So let's just layer some. Do we want that to go like that? Don't know. Let's do stuff. Now you see that's going to be the problem. I'm going to have to make sure they go through too, or put templates on them. So let's do stuff that's big enough. Now all 3 of these have been in here a long time and I've not used them. So let's get that frilly edge off them and put them in here. That will be good. So I hope you're all well. I've done a few replies. It's become a bit overwhelming now because I've not done it for 3 days. There's so many, but I'm going to throw those. I've made a start now, so I've read them all, like I say. Do I want to cut those holes off there? That one won't cover in. Yeah, I might, anything like that, I mean, that's gorgeous, isn't it? That wants covering, I'm going to make another pile, because then I can use some of those papers up. So that does, and that does. These are all out of a, what a shame that they've got holes punched in different places. They're out of an old planner that I've made. I suppose I could use the middle hole. Yep. Okay, we'll call them pages. Don't know about those yet. Don't see why we can't have white in it. Should we cut it in, tear it in half? So it's got like the jaggedy edge. Yeah, it'd be nice for journaling on or something, won't it? You've obviously, I've got something, it's got a little bit of sellotape. Bought something attached to it, probably lace. Seems to match the thing that I buy at the moment. There we go. Let's get rid of that. So yeah, that can be a page. That can. It's a book page, but it's fine. You need backing. Now, you're going to be huge, aren't you? Let's, I mean, I don't mind it spilling out above the size of the covers, but I don't want it too big. Cut it off about there, I think. That's it. And I'll put that, no, in with the other. I'm saying yes to that. I didn't know about that, did I? Because it was too small there, and we don't know about. That will fit. Again, it's already got a hole in it. Now I do use these for pages. I'm going to take that out and put it with my pages in my ordinary journals, because there'll be more than enough going on here. I've got a white. Don't particularly want that big cream band on there. So these are the thicker pages at the moment. Yeah, we can always fold that in or tear it off at the end. Right, I'm nearly through this big pile. Let's... Said yes to that, didn't I? Where's my... Not exactly my template, but yeah, I'm going to do a tear on that one. Definitely want... See if I can get them all in. The idea is to use everything up, Denise, isn't it? It's another piece of grey card, but this, yeah, it can go in but once back in. These 3 purple pieces of paper can go in. Oh, yep, you're going to fit. You're not for now. That one will. I'll put the knots over there for now. Okay. It's going to take quite a bit, I think, off there, because that can... Yeah, that can go in that way. You might fit through some of them, do you? Where are the holes there? No, not quite. I'm going to put it in the note. Oh, this vintage book cover. It's still got the... I wonder if I can leave those on that side and fold it in. Still got the rusty staples. A bit more like that on it. Let's fold them in. Oh, they're proper made of steel, those. They're not like the staples we get today. Oops. But not stainless steel because they've rusted. I can't even close them now. I'm going to put them on the end, and then if I decide I don't like them once the thing's made, I can just tear the... Come on. Crikey, they are strong. I don't want myself or anybody else cutting themselves on it. It's just wiggling around rather than... Come on. That one does not want to... No, I'm going to have to take it out. The last thing you want is a cut from a real rusty, an old rusty staple. That's a shame, but it's really thick, that, actually. They certainly don't make school books that thick anymore. Covers. Okay, so I'm on to my pile from the paper. I think that's 2 pages stuck together, and it's obviously been in the coffee dye. Same with that, they smell nice. Right, so these are just plain thin pages. That's one of those to make something with, because I've stuck the 2 sides upside down, if you see what I mean. So I'm going to take that out. You know, when you make an envelope or something, that one's fine. It's got a very big blob of coffee there. It's really thick, so I'm not going to fold this one over either. I'll cut it into 2. Paper. Wallpaper. Just straighten it up a little bit, I think. No. Oh, it won't go in that way. Why is that? Just take a bit off. Oops. Now you will. Which was the straight edge? Lost myself. The top there. Don't know. Who knows? Okay, will you fit in that way now? Yeah, this bottom's the straight edge, I think. too big still. Let's take a big chunk off and I've massacred it. So at least there's a piece of it going in there. You fit. Gosh, you will. You will. You will. I'll fold you over. Sorry, that's probably blinding you. So this is a page from my lace book. Okay, so we've got the startings of the journal, and that can probably be stuck on one of those. So can they. That one can go in. That one can go in. And that one can go in. Right, let's just trim this border off here. And then this one can go in. Neaten the edges up. Okay, so we need to stick these down, don't we? Let's do that first because they'll be drying then, because I want to put them in. So these I want to go on something, and these want something on them. Yes. What shall I back you with? That looks good, doesn't it? Fits pretty well. Shall I use this? Yes. So let's have a glue book. Oh, I've had my glue book out. If I put it back in the wrong place. Well, what have I done with that? Got another one here, but I'd rather not use that. Just let me have a look. Oh, there you are. I see it. I see it. Okay, take the clip off so I can throw the... Don't know how much of my desk you can see. I've kind of done a bit of a broader view so you can see what's going on. A lot of spillage. Okay. So this is just a book page that I've stuck a piece of tissue on that was... I don't know if it's tissue paper or serviette. I think it's tissue paper. I'd obviously cut it up for something and not used it, the tissue, and it just kept flying around. So I just fastened it onto a book page. I think I did it with a few bits while I was cleaning out the drawer that has those kind of things in it, tissues and what have you. It's a tiny bit longer, but not too bad. We'll let it dry and then decide. This edge with the red on, I don't mind at all. The book page is a little bit longer. Let's fold it over. That's it. Lovely. And then, yeah, I'll probably trim that side. Okay, that's one drying. What else did we have? Oh, another one of those. So this is where I said I could just put book page on, but let's use what we've got here to start with. Put this lovely blue piece of what? Splash art, shall we call it? Getting to the bottom of all the bits of splattered papers and coffee dyed and tea dyed from last year. I need the sun to come out so I can get some more done. I folded most of my full-size coffee dyed. I'll trim it up when it's dry. Pages ready to go in the journals, because you saw all the covers that are, you know, not far off being made. Okay, what else have we got that needs something on it? You. Just thinking they could have a scrap or something on, couldn't they? Let's use. Just stick it onto that. This card, or really thick. Oops, go in the middle. Like craft paper. Don't mind the white, but I prefer other colours. I have to get myself a credit card out again, won't I? A store card or something. preferring this method at the moment than me. You're not a sticker, are you? No, you're not. Than my tissue. Unless I get a glob like that, then I need a tissue. Just didn't want to, for some reason, go down. That's it. And I'm going to trim that up a little. That's it. Yep. Next. And what about that? Is quite nice looking. It's vintagey grungy. I might just put that in there. Is that it? My pile. This is not, again, it's the vintage one, but it's not my thing. Is it going to show through? But I don't mind it. Let's see if I've got anything else. Don't want to put too much purple, you know, print in. What's this? Oh yeah, will do nicely. Now it is, like I say, it's shiny, so it may not stick very well. Well, quickly. It will stick, it's just it won't happen quickly. This, on the other hand, is very porous, so I'm just going to trim those off because they definitely... Oh. Didn't think about where they were going to go. How am I doing for time? Crikey. Well, where are you going? You were off, weren't you? I had my eye on you. So yeah, I know I'm going to feel better with these boxes much more open. And I still have file folders in my cupboard that I store digitals in that I need to go through and, you know, because since I went in the cupboard, it's been in a few months now, haven't they? You know, they've never seen light of day, so I need to go through and sort them out into either pages or, you know, scrap, because some of my digital scraps I keep with their actual kits. And of course I'm making more scraps as I go. Hence the need to get rid of quite a lot of these. And again, this is a real big chunky piece. Had the vellum on it, the vellum pad. But it will sit there and sit there and sit there if I don't use it. So this is the perfect, oh gosh, project for them. So it seems I've got these two pieces of paper here. Let's use them up because they were sitting in the, oh, that's pretty. Just sitting in the scrap box forever and a day. So yeah, I'm moving stuff on. And I guess if the worst comes to the worst and I really don't like it, all I've got is all my scraps fastened together with 3 pieces of string. Worst case scenario. And I've had all this fun of playing with it. Putting a lot on because again it's a shiny piece of card. And when it's dry, I'll trim it because it's bigger than the paper. But these will be pieces that are ready to go as soon as they're dry. Yes, I'm hoping to just get it built today and a lot of the, you know, papers stacked into it. And then next time we'll turn it into a proper working, next Sunday, proper working journal. Gosh, I've got lots of projects on the go. You know, not one day projects, not one-off projects. You all liked the book page one yesterday. I've got them here to show you while I'm thinking about it. Because I stitched around them. So that one I haven't folded over or anything yet, but stitched around it. It's beautiful. And that one you saw, these two I've stitched around, and just as I haven't inked around them yet, but just as I suspected, you know, that black stitching around them really does make them. And then this was the one that was stitched I've just folded it and put a label on for now. So yeah, they'll soon be done. Is that it for those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, I don't suppose any of them were ready. So there's these two. I'm going to put those back in the box for now because I want more out of that box in this. But let's start putting it together. So I need, it's always one of those, isn't there? Always one of those whenever I get this book out. Another Digitalis. Foxglove. I haven't glued on it, luckily, so I'll put that there to go in the Foxglove folder. Okay, so I think the best thing I can do is make a mark where I want to punch the holes, which is going to be a little bit boring for you to see, isn't it? But I don't know, do I want to stop the camera? Because I've got to punch them as well, haven't I? Oh, you're not quite going to make it. Yeah, I think I better stop the camera because I don't want a 40-minute video and that's 30 minutes already. Right, in a minute you'll see them just all sat here with holes in. Okay, here we go. So it's a second for you, part of a second. It's been a couple of hours for me. Yeah, I have, look at all those pretties. I've taken all the holes out, marked and cut the holes out of those. 1 or 2 thin papers I've started, but I've not done much to put some of these hole reinforcers on. They're just self-sticky and they're really thin, so they're not going to, you know, bulk the edge up. I have put a few more pages in. I went back through my scrap box. Let's show you it. Boxes. And anything that would fit at all, I've cut down and put in. And you'll notice there are no digitals in here. No, what were they? Keep them in. Misprints, no misprints digitals, and that's because they're all here, ready to go in here. So what I've done was I folded and glued them, folded them over and glued them still. Oh, that was just a book page that was in there. Yeah, so, you know, stuck them together, A4 pages, all letter size pages to you, full pages. Stuck them down and stitched around them, which took quite a while, and punched holes in them. But I think there's another 20-ish, maybe a bit more, pages out of my scrap, and they're going to be gorgeous in this journal, aren't they? So with that, and there are a couple more that I could glue together and stick in, you know, make sort of franking pages. But for now, let's get some, I've decided to get some ribbon. I have got this string, but I'm thinking it'd be nice in pretty pink ribbon. Seeing as it's for me, I'm going to put everything on it that I like. So I'm going to put some nice dangles on the end of my ribbons, beads. I might even stick some lace or fabric, I don't know which, on the front. So let's just start threading and making a journal, and then seeing, you know, how and where we go with it. The start of a journal. So there are some pages that are, you know, I don't necessarily want the same ones together, but there are some really thick ones. So let me see if I can find the thick chunky one for either the back or the front, whichever. These are all quite thick, but there was one that was just plain board. That's pretty thick. There are all the pages. Is that it? That's not it, but it's thick. That's one that I've backed. It was literally just a plain piece of really thick, there it is, board. So I'm going to go with that one at the back. You know, it'll probably have something stuck on it. And then what am I going to do? I think, now, the one thing I realised that I should have done when I made that template to make life easy was make the middle one the same distance to there as to there, so it wouldn't matter which way round I put my pages, and they'd all be lined up. So they won't be. Some will be like that, some will be like that, but you know, I've got all sorts of other shapes and sizes of page as well, so it doesn't matter, does it? So I was thinking of just putting it through the middle. That's what I thought to start with, so that if I decide I want something elsewhere, in fact I probably ought to just stack them, didn't I, initially? Yeah, let's just stack some. So these are all my bits and pieces, and those are all my pages. So shall we, I don't know, let's just grab and, yeah, there's no point in even lining the, I punched the book pages that were there as well, the coffee dye book pages, so yeah, no point trying to line anything up, just grab them and put them in. No rhyme or reason. Oops, at the minute. I've hidden my book pages again, so I might put a couple together at a time of the book pages. Digitals, I should say. Let's try and get different shapes and sizes. It's fun. It's definitely kind of feels like mass make. Right, make sure I get those on the right side. I've got holes both sides of those now. What else have we got under here? Piece of wallpaper. I mean, most of them have come out of the box. Let's put 3 of these together now. You know, random, so they're randomish anyway. Ooh, lovely. Most of them, it doesn't matter which way up they go, I'm pleased to say. 1 or 2 like that. I'd rather have the right way. Oh, this envelope was in there. It's glued down actually, isn't it? Yeah, but I thought, don't think you were stuck on there. What have you come off? I might have trouble with some of those. So yeah, I just punched that and decided to put it in, you know, to get that box looking like that. Now if I make those into franking paper, I could empty this entire, in fact I will, I'm going to empty the entire box. See, this was in it, we hadn't dragged this out when I did it with you. Another one of those, so just put it in. That, just put it in. Come on, stick down you, you're not going to stick, are you? Right, they're all the same. Let's go with some more book page. More book page there, Denise. Don't miss that out. Okay. I'm not putting colours or anything together. I'm literally just trying to keep things separate-ish. 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 Now some of them might be cut down or torn down or... I put a hole in that somewhere, I don't know. Another one of these. Just some random white papers that I had, so I've put those in. A few more book pages. Oops. Yep. There's a white one. What we've got under here, we're nearly there. There's lots of purple in it. Some more book pages. It's a cute one. Yep. Those. That's just a piece of board. Another one of those. From book page. Look at the journal. Oh, look at the chunkiness of it. Have that near the front, I think. Right, I think I'll have a board like that near the front as well. I might have that on the very front because I want some lace on. I think we've done it. Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? Right, let's thread the middle. I want a lot. a lot. And I've got a knot on that end. I was going to put a bead, but I'm going to go from the bottom here and literally just thread ribbon through them all. So again, it's not very riveting to see. And if I want to put hole reinforcements, I'll have to undo the whole thing to get to them. I did consider making it with the ring, you know, the metal rings, but I much prefer this. So maybe I'll just have to say once it's together, and I'm not messing about with, you know, taking things apart. If I need to reinforce it, I have to do it some other way. Perhaps I could cut the reinforcements in half and glue them down like that. Yes, necessity is the mother of invention. Where is that? Don't lose that because it's going to get quite... There we go. What's it going to get? Thick. I've got two whites together. You must have been stuck together. I've got a book page here. So, I dare you to empty your scrap box into one huge journal. I think that's what I'm going to try and do. I don't know which way up you go, that way I think. Yeah, those last few pieces I am going to try and make them into Franken papers and add them. And then I'm starting with a completely empty scrap box. Maybe needed this on a needle because it's starting to get a bit tatty at the end, this ribbon. Right, I'm wondering if again I ought to stop. Yeah, I'll stop and then come back to you when it's all threaded on because it really is boring watching. Okay, it's through. There's well over 100 pages. I didn't count them, but yeah, I started counting a fair way in and got past 100. So that's 200 sides easily. Now, I'm not sure if I am going to. I'm just seeing how it works with this ribbon. I'm not sure if I'm going to put rings on it. I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. I don't know whether to... No, they're going to be a pain folded up, so I'm going to cut them off. Oops. Cut that one, I'll tear another. So they're a bit different. I'm going to have great fun playing in this. You know, I said I've got all that ephemera. I'm not going to put a lot in, but I will put some in. And embellishments. Oh, the embellishments I've got. And I'm going to enjoy, yeah, playing on these pages, doodling, writing maybe. Who knows? But it's definitely for me. This is the second journal in a row for me. I've still got this little pink one here that I'm determined to use as well. So, yeah. I'm just working my way to the back one, but it is quite a long way back. Yeah, I'm not sure how... And the pages are quite strong, but when I've done this a few times, I might have, you know, worn the holes. It's nearly an art book on its own, isn't it? Yeah, so it might end up in rings, with rings. I've got some really big metal rings to put on it, so yeah, you'll see next Sunday, because next Sunday I'm going to be... I've already thought it would be nice with some fabric tabs on, and I've got, you know, small tabs. I've got lots of fabric scraps, so that would be, you know, a scrappy make, wouldn't it? Because I'll be using the scraps. You're not too long. Right, I could have torn it longer, couldn't I, and just left it. Mind, you've got to see everything. So there's lots of plain pages to play with, as well as lots of pretty stuff going on. There's room for, you know, pockets and tip-outs. Tip-ins, flip-outs. I always say that, don't I? I think I've got two of those together, but that's fine. One hiccup in. Yeah, I've been at this a long time. It really is time. I went and, yeah, emptied my dishwasher and emptied my tumble dryer and folded the laundry. Had some lunch, although it's well gone lunch. It's not far off tea time now, so... Well, it's late afternoon, it's not tea time. So by the time this gets up to you, it will well be, well and truly. Yeah, loving it, can't wait to play with it. And I don't know what I love more, the journal or the empty box. The journal, I think. So, yeah, some lace on the front, some fabric tabs down the side, and yeah, I might do something with the edges and some bits added to it. So I'll be playing with this next Sunday if you're interested. Oops, was I off camera all that time? I do hope not. Right, I better go. Have a lovely what's left of the weekend, and I'll see you Monday. Bye for now.